just got done watching the movie Strays, then yes, this is the R-rated talking live-action dog movie that might remind you of Homeward Bound, but instead of them going on this incredible journey that's gonna end in sincerity, it's about an abandoned dog who teams up with other strays to get revenge on his asshole owner. Very excited to talk about this one because when the trailer premiered, I honestly thought it was a fake movie. I'd never even heard about this thing. Then the trailer was literally here. I watched part of it and I was like, this looks funny. I'm going to stop because I feel like comedies show too much. And the movie is exactly that. It's hilarious. It's exactly what you expect it to be. And if you're going into this movie wanting to see R-rated nonsense with talking dogs in somewhat fashion of old school films like Homeward Bound, you get it right here. And we have a lot to talk about today, so make sure to leave your thoughts down below. Hit that like and subscribe button for more movie content like this over here on a daily basis. And without further ado, let's get into this, starting with my pros. So, Strays for me, I went into this movie just wanting a good laugh, to smile, and I got that. Does every joke land? No. Do some jokes just make you snicker or smile? Yeah. And I smiled the entire way through this film. Like, there wasn't one part where I wasn't smiling. There were moments maybe that I felt grossed out because they go pretty damn raunchy with this film. When that R rating, that is truly an R-rated film right here. Even though it happens to be with dogs, whatever you've ever seen a dog do, whether it's with a stuffed animal to even other dogs, they go all in on it. And it's live action. And they do not shy away from showing any of that. And that's not going to be for everybody. And sometimes, I think they even went a little bit too far. But I still thought it was funny in the end of the day. And I think a lot of that really does go to the performances, to the voice acting all in here. Because Will Ferrell, I just love Will Ferrell. I've wanted him to have like a successful role for a little bit now. And definitely he's done good in roles that I've seen him in recently. But I feel like him playing Reggie, this sweet little dog who thinks his owner is so nice to him, but it turns out his owner's an actual asshole. Will Ferrell's like the perfect person to voice a dog like that. Then on the parallel side of that, Jamie Foxx, who's this other stray that he meets named Bug, he's perfect for it. In fact, I actually think Jamie Foxx almost stole the entire show because some parts of it didn't even sound like Jamie Foxx. Like, he just blended into the role and camouflaged into the voice performance he was giving. And I genuinely liked it. As well as Isla Fisher as Maggie. She was fantastic. Randall Park as Hunter. I love Randall Park. I think he's completely underrated. And there's a ton of cameo voices in here with other dogs. Like, for instance, one of the dogs in here is, like, they kind of quote as, like, the narrating dog. And there's a punchline to that joke that just floored me. But again, this is R-rated raunchy comedy. So it does have the sex. It does have the drugs. It does have all the moments. And they were very clever with how to tie that into a dog's life. And I love that because the other thing that I thought was very clever about this film was the mic drops. And when I say mic drops, I mean the musical notes that they hit. There's certain moments where they have a song play and a certain sequence that happens throughout it. And during each and every one of those sequences, they got funnier and funnier than the last one. Where if you saw one in the middle, you're like, oh, this is like the best one yet. But then you get to the next one and you're like, this is even better. And I'll tell you right now, Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball, you will never hear the same again. It's awesome. Same with like even London Bridges from Fergie. Like each and every one of those things, like there's moments that are ingrained in my mind. And that was a smart choice from director Josh Greenbaum, who I haven't really been the biggest fan of. I wasn't the hugest fan of his original project that he had directed prior to this, but I thought it was solid, and I think Strays is an even better one. And again, Strays is very much a throwback. It's a parody on the talking animal movies that we got back in the day. Cats vs. Dogs, Homeward Bound, Stuart Little, all those sorts of things, but taken into the R-rated fashion life. And I think as I was watching this film, I was like, I wonder how this would have been animated. And I think it still would have been funny animated, but I think it would have lost some of its charm that the film absolutely has because it's live action. And I think for me, that is actually one of the most important parts about this film is the fact that it is live action. They don't shy away from it being live action. They play into that. And sometimes, yes, do the mouths on the dogs seem weird? Yeah, absolutely. But I don't really know what else to say on that. So yeah, this is the exact movie that you expected it to be. If we do need to get into some mixed and con issues, I will say that sometimes the film did feel a little bit like an overly long SNL skit, and it feels like something that maybe would have worked better in increments, like, oh, a 10-minute sequence here, a 10-minute sequence here, a 10-minute sequence here, and released it on YouTube, or such as on like a streaming service as like a short story. I don't know. I'm just going crazy. Maybe Peacock could have released this, but I do like that they did have a film like this. The only other issue I do have with the film is I do wish it had a little bit more heart to it. It is just straight raunch for a majority of the film, and it never goes any more deeper than that. And truly enough, I didn't want it to be, but what I would have liked to see was a little bit more of heartwarming stuff. There's heartfelt things in here because it's dogs, and the dogs are cute, and you enjoy that, and I liked seeing the dogs, but there's certain points where I was like, oh, I would have liked if they would have maybe touched on a relationship a little bit here or there with these dogs, or maybe with this dog. But in the same time frame, you look at everything, and everything is a parody and a satire to dogs in general, but also dog owners. And they don't shy away from any of that. So Strays is about every single thing that I expected the movie to be. It's nothing more than that, but an absolute hilarious ride, top to bottom, where you'll smile, you'll laugh, you'll enjoy your time with some dogs, and you'll absolutely go home, like I did, and pet your dogs if you have dogs. If not, you'll want to go save some dogs from being strays, because when they're strays, they're just a little bit too wild. So with all that said, I'm going to give the movie Strays a B. Thank you so much again, guys, for watching this. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, comment down below your guys' thoughts. Cannot wait to hear your guys' thoughts down below on this film. And, of course, more movie and TV content coming up on a daily basis. I'm currently moving. If you can't tell, my set is, like, very blank. Currently putting together the new office. So do look forward to that. We will have an Ahsoka review coming up soon. We'll have a trailer reactions, of course, some other hidden movie gems, and a big update announcement, I guess, once I am in the new office. So do look forward to that. Thank you so much again for watching this, and of course, until next time, stay classy.